I, Ms. Priyanka Pawar, Assistant Professor, Department of Fabric and Apparel Science, Lady Irwin College, on behalf of the Organizing Committee of 20th International Conference on Apparel and Home Textiles 2025, organized by the Uppal Garment and Textile Cluster OGTC, I extend a very warm welcome at AEPC to all of you. The theme of the conference is India's FTAs catalyzing competitive investments and manufacturing growth. It reflects the opportunities and challenges before India's textile and apparel industry. And we are delighted to have eminent leaders and visionaries joining us to deliberate on the way forward. Let us begin the inaugural session. May I now invite on stage Colonel S. Kapoor, Director General, OGTC. As Director General of Uppal Garment and Textile Cluster since February 2022, Colonel S. Kapoor has focused to facilitate and monitor training across all verticals for the ultimate benefit of its members. Earlier, he was Executive Director, Faridabad Industry Association for over 15 years. A postgraduate in Defence Studies, Colonel S. Kapoor served in the Indian Army for 27 years. His vast administrative experience has contributed to the growth of OGTC. He is also aggressively promoting sustainability amongst OGTC members. Can we have a round of applause? May I also invite Mr. PMS Uppal, President OGTC, on the stage. A visionary and founder president of OGTC, a cluster of garment manufacturing companies in NCR, Mr. Uppal is Managing Director of P Pro Exports, which is part of a vertically integrated P Pro group comprising of hemla embroidery and creative dyeing and printing works. OGTC is a unique successful experiment in demonstrating that cooperation and coordination even amongst the competitors can bring in sustainable improvement in skill matrix of each company. Collaboration, innovation and sharing of knowledge are the driving and guiding principles at OGTC. And it is my privilege to invite our chief guest, Mr. HKL Magu, Managing Director, Jyoti Apparels, on the stage. I would also like to invite Mr. Anil Verma, President, Delhi Exports Association and MD of Monica Garments, on the stage. May I request Colonel Kapoor to kindly deliver the welcome address. Please, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and fellow industry professionals, a hearty good morning. It is with great pleasure and enthusiasm that I stand before you today to extend a warm welcome on behalf of Uppal Garment and Textile Cluster to the 20th edition of our International Conference on Apparel, Home and Textiles. We are honored to have with us Shri HKL Magu, Managing Direct Partner of Jyoti Apparels, who kindly consented to inaugurate the conference and address the delegates on this very important occasion. With over 45 years of experience, Shri Magu is a veteran of apparel and textile industry. He has been instrumental in getting various incentives and subsidies schemes from the central and state government. Earlier, he was President of Garment Exporters Association and presently is Chairman of the Financial and Budget Subcommittee of AEPC. I'll request our President, Mr. PMS Uppal, to kindly felicitate Mr. Magu with a planter. A round of applause. Thank you. I also welcome Mr. Anil Verma, President, Delhi Exporters Association and MD Monica Garments. It's a pleasure to have you with us, sir. I request Mr. Uppal to kindly present the planter to Mr. Verma. The apparel industry is one of the largest employer and contributor to India's exports. We have a proud legacy of textiles and craftsmanship, but more importantly, we are a modern, competitive sector with huge potential for growth. However, fact remains that India's share in global market trade, though significant, is still far below our potential. One of the key reasons is the market access disadvantage we face in several major destinations compared to competitors like Bangladesh, Vietnam, to name a few, who enjoy duty-free access under FTAs. This is why today's discussions are relevant and important. Remember, FTAs are no longer government-to-government documents. They directly impact business viability of every exporter sitting in this hall. Government of India needs to be complimented on the human strides taken to successfully navigate FTAs with different countries. In the recent past, we are aware of the signing of the India-UK Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement. This will afford a great opportunity to apparel exporters to grow. The India-UAE SEPA has also created a gateway for exports to grow further. Talks are also on with USA, New Zealand, Oman and EU for early conclusion of respective FTAs. But let's remember that FTAs are no magic wand. To truly benefit, we as an industry must prepare ourselves by building stronger supply chains, reducing lead time, investing in design, and most importantly, focusing on sustainability and compliance. Global buyers are clear in their expectations. Sourcing is moving towards suppliers who are not only competitive on price, but also responsible in terms of environment and labor practices. This conference is about charting a practical roadmap. The focus should be on a collaborative approach to ensure that India strengthens its position in global trade. I thank all our partners, speakers and delegates for sparing their valuable time to be with you today. With these words, I once again warmly welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Magu, and you all. Let's work together to ensure that India fully leverages FTAs to realize its true potential in apparel exports. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for addressing the gathering. Now, I request Mr. PMS Uppal, President, OGTC, to kindly deliver the opening remarks. I hand it over to you, sir.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I welcome all of you to the 20th conference by OGTC. Also, I want to take the opportunity to thank Mr. Kapoor, who started OGTC with few members and having the confidence to take it forward, which he did very well. One of the things that we learned out of OGTC was, and Mr. Kapoor was a big catalyst to that different people with different ideas, different thought processes could argue on a certain point or a certain status of a certain situation. But how we were all able to bring it together to have one point and the best decision possible on that situation. And that itself shows that collective thinking and collective working can genuinely make a lot of difference in the way we do our businesses or the way we live our lives. Well, good morning everyone. And someone spoke about challenges and opportunities. Opportunities are always there no matter what the situation is. How do you face the challenge will result how the opportunities can put you in the right path. What's the big news today? World over, the big news is what President Trump said yesterday. He's put the challenge, not only to us, the world faces the challenge. Opportunities we can create with collective thinking, collective working, and facing reality where it stands. The world is not going to be the same anymore. We should all understand that. This is just a starting point. How prepared we are to face these unseen challenges, unseen situations that may arise, that will really declare where you stand, where India stands, and where we go from here. No doubt, apparel, textile is the largest employer in this country. We need it. If you see success of the most developed countries in the world, it started with textiles and apparels. Whether you discuss Japan, Korea, US, any country, UK. So even for us, this industry should remain prime. We are the custodians of this industry. We need to understand our responsibilities, not only towards ourselves, to our families, or to the people that work in our organizations, but even to our country. The concept of this conference is try to bring the best brains that are in India, around the world, to discuss their experiences, their challenges, how they create opportunities out of those challenges, and what we can take home from there and take it forward in our own organizations to build our organizations and thus support the government on that. Thank you very much for being here today, and I sincerely hope, as always, we will have a successful conference today, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your vision and encouraging words. Now, I may invite our esteemed chief guest, Mr. HKL Magu, Managing Partner, Jyoti Apparels, to deliver the inaugural address. Please, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Giants of the garment industry, Mr. Uppal, Kapoor Sahab, Anil Verma ji. It really gives me a great honor to welcome you all to this 20th conference of OGTC. I'm really thankful to Mr. Uppal. He always remembers me. And when Mr. Kesar was there, he used to call me also in person. So is Mr. Kapoor, who has really thought of inviting me here. So I'm really thankful to you all and really feel very happy. Just want to tell you that this garment sector, as just Mr. Uppal has mentioned, is not only about fashion, but also about driving employment, attracting investments, and strengthening India's role in the global economy. Today's theme is India's FTAs, catalyzing competitiveness, investments, and manufacturing potential of growth and the global integration. See, the textile and apparel industry contributes almost 2.3% to India's GDP, 13% to the industrial production, and 12% to exports. India exported textile worth around US $37 billion in the year 2025, with apparel exports amounting to only US $16 billion. We are still struggling. For the last couple of years, we've been having only 15 billion, 16 billion US dollars, and having a lot of problem issues as far as the policies are concerned. But now, what has happened is, India has so far signed 15 free trade agreements, including recently conducted agreement with United Kingdom. And I hope definitely that whatsoever we are exporting to UK, if it starts from March onward, we are going to double the exports in UK. Our other 14 FTAs, including agreement with Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, SAFTA, Thailand, Singapore, Japan, South Korea, they are involved in this. So friends, FTAs is not the only trade documents, they are catalysts for new opportunities. Well-negotiated FTAs open preferential access to high demand markets, lower tariff barriers, and provide the confidence to global brands like Bangkok sitting here. They are spread all over the world. Similarly, long-term relations is also there. But let us be very clear that FTAs alone do not automatically translate into export growth. Their benefits are realized only when industry is ready to meet the policy's intent. Today's utilization of FTAs by our exporter friends, particularly MSMEs, remains low, mainly due to the complex rules of origin, lack of certification, capacity, and limited awareness. Many small units are also struggling with compliance costs, even though they stand to gain and most from tariff reductions. At the same time, some of our competitors are using their FTAs more effectively, often sourcing a pricing edge for the markets. However, negotiations with the recent, you must have seen, the recent reciprocal tariff of 50% have placed India at a severe competitive disadvantage compared to other major apparel countries. India is looking forward to a breakthrough, and the good news is that our Commerce Minister is going next week to USA for reviewing and trying to finalize the tariff which are already there. May God give wisdom to President Trump so that he realizes and appreciates that India is a country on which we cannot stand without that. However, negotiations with Western economies remain complex, involving stringent and tariff measures like EU and ESG regulations. These FTAs, while more demanding, hold the potential to catalyze investments, manufacturing growth, and deeper integration. We must also strengthen our domestic ecosystem. India is a big country, and the domestic ecosystem is very much required. Friends, the world is watching India with interest. Global buyers want scale, speed, and sustainability. And we at the AEPC level also are trying to have a couple of seminars, workshops to educate the industry so that they should be more sustainable, which is a requirement of the world. As we deliberate over the course of this conference, I urge all of you to think boldly and collectively. Let's design a roadmap where India's apparel, home and textile industry not only grows in numbers but also in value, innovation and reputation. With the right policies, the right investments and the right partnership, India can really emerge as the first choice of destination for global markets. With these words, I would like to thank you very much for hearing me patiently. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those insightful words. I would also like to thank all the dignitaries for joining us on the stage. May I now request you to kindly take your seats in the audience so that we may continue with the day's proceeding.